Way up to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. It is a Wednesday, and not only is it Wednesday, it's also day 3 of my fast. So I haven't had any food yet. I'm doing the detox now. But I am drinking tea with nothing added to it, just a tea bag, and that's it, and water. It was tough because last night we filmed 2 episodes of Lip Service, lots of drinks on the table, and I was drinking water. So, you know, not a bad thing though. I feel a little weak today, but I gotta have some coconut water to get my strength up. But in the meantime, you guys, we have a great show for y'all today. We have the Chief Marketing Officer joining us for Wealth Wednesday of Time Magazine. Of Time, just Time. Because it's not just a magazine. She's the first ever Chief Marketing Officer. Her name is Sadé Mohammed. And recently she had an event called The Closers, which was honoring people who are helping close the wealth gap. And when I tell you, it was absolutely an amazing room to be in. Issa Rae is on the cover of that particular magazine. She was there and gave a speech. My guy, John Hope Bryant from Operation Hope. We had the Fairless Fund founders that were honored as closers. The woman who came up with the 15% challenge, where 15% of shelf space has to be dedicated to Black-owned brands because we're 15% of the population in the United States. 18 different organizations and people were honored. So we'll be talking to Sadé Mohammed, who put together this whole closers dinner and is the Chief Marketing Officer at Time. It's a Wealth Wednesday. Mano's in the building. And when we come back, we are going to shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Mano's in the building.
Yeah. Good morning.
Mano. And Mano, today I want you to shine a light. You know, it's
Yes.
Black History Month.
It is.
You've had a great month, I feel
Great
like.
month, great week. I want to shine a light on Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso. You know, he's the youngest Brooklyn Borough President ever.
Okay, I like him.
You know, so you know the mayor of our city was the Brooklyn Borough President.
Yep,
You
Mayor
know?
Eric Adams.
Exactly.
He formerly was our Brooklyn Borough President.
You know, so shout out to him for, you know, giving me my day and making that happen. Shout out to Bianca as well. I want to shine a light on both of those. You know, they're doing a great job. And like I said before, you know, we're going to work closely with his office and get a few things done.
Okay. All right. I like that. I'm going to help you too.
Yeah,
Whatever you need from me.
absolutely.
You know, I'm definitely supportive.
Yes,
I
indeed.
love in his bio on Twitter, it says, he says that he is the Brooklyn Borough President, the greatest place in the world.
Of course, it's the same place that God was born. Brooklyn.
All right. Well, who do you guys want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150 is the number. Ryan, who you want to shine a light on?
Hey, I'm shining a light on my sister Destiny, bro. She thriving, bro. She got her own crib. After my mom talked down on her and put her out, hey, 1 month later, look how God worked.
Wow, your mom put her out? Why?
Jealousy. She was like, oh, you got all these packages coming in, and they be tripping, you know.
Okay, well, she got her own place, doing her own thing.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her. What's her name?
Her name's Destiny. Hey, man, no, keep thriving, bro. I woke up this morning, chose violence.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Man,
Hey, yo, man, I
saying
rock
this.
with you, bro. I rock with you. Hey,
Man,
man, give me a job. Tell producer, man, I want a job.
Hey, okay.
This guy got a lot going
I'm moving to
on.
New York in August. Hey, I'm moving to New York August. Damn,
right.
bro, what's up?
All right, check out Mano. DM him. All right, thank you.
Bet. All right, what?
All right, well, that was Shine a Light. 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you could still shine a light. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie and Terry Cruz. Next up on Club Shay Shay. And we'll tell you some of the things that we had to say. I know y'all on the edge of your seats. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to 'em.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Mano's in the building.
Yes. Good morning.
Let's get into some Yeetie. Now, let's get into Terry Cruz on Club Shay Shay. The audio's out. The full video is coming out today. But one of the things that he addresses is the issues with Gabrielle Union. If you recall, they were on America's Got Talent together. And she felt, and he was not, she didn't just feel this, but he was not supportive during the time that she was having issues and experiencing discrimination. She talked about this on Jamil Hill's podcast. And Terry Cruz apologized at a certain point, but he did not, it didn't feel like he was really that sorry. at that time. And so when he went on Club Shay Shay, he talked about running into Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. And here's what he said happened.
Dwayne Wade comes up to me. He gives me a hug. I said, man, can I talk to you and your wife together? He said, man, come over here. And I went right over and I said, I am sorry, Gabrielle, because there's things I didn't know. Because I'm speaking angry, but there was so much to the story that I didn't even fully understand. And I screwed that up. Mm-hmm. And then the internet got involved, and then it was horrifying.
I mean, he apologized on social media because Gabrielle Union talked about how he was very unsupportive and there was no solidarity. He even went on social media and said, there's only one woman on earth I have to please. Her name is Rebecca, not my mother, my sister, my daughters are co-workers. I will let their husbands, boyfriends, partners take care of them. Rebecca gives me wings. And so I guess he felt like, I'm not in it. At the time. Then he apologized on social media. Then he told people that he apologized 3 times publicly. And if a 4th is needed, I will continue to apologize and push for reconciliation. Here's what else he had to say while he was on Club Shay Shay.
I apologized to her face again. I said, Gabby, please accept this apology. And dude, she did. She gave me the biggest hug. Dwayne and Gabby, I got nothing but the utmost respect. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to call them friends. And I'm thankful that they gave me the shot to say that I apologize to their face without the internet.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Sometimes that face-to-face conversation.
Yeah, it's needed.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, things could happen and you could have been wrong at that time. There's nothing bad about saying, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's what
we're human.
Adult people say.
All right. Now, Ja Rule, he was supposed to be performing in the UK and unfortunately they won't let him in. He posted on social media, I'm so devastated. I can't believe the UK won't let me in. I spent $500,000 in production of my own money to put this tour together only to be denied entry days before my shows. This is not fair to me or my fans. These venues are 85% sold and now I can't come. And he did say the UK is one of the few European countries that restricts entry to people with criminal records. In general, you will likely be denied entry if you have been convicted of a crime punishable by 23 months or more under British law or serve more than 12 months in prison.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that because I've been to the UK.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's different if you have to get like a work visa or if
I know
just...
Canada is rough on that.
Yeah. Yes.
Canada is
We've
rough.
heard stories of people being turned away.
So much to get into Canada.
Well, of course, when something like that happens, 50 Cent is going to weigh in.
Right.
So 50 Cent went on social media and he said, I had nothing to do with this B not getting in, LOL. And then Ja Rule responded and said, N-word, you vagina, shut up. And yeah, so
I guess they just gonna go at it for the rest of their lives.
Forever, right?
Every now and then. It's not every day, but every now and then.
95 years old.
Yeah.
Still going at it. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. Now, I had a long night, and today is day 3 of my fast, so I still haven't had any solid food. Yes, I didn't take my drops yet today.
Come on, let me get those.
So I got to make sure. I think I have some for you. So let me find out where those are. But I'm in the midst of this detox, so it was hard for me to be last night out recording. I was doing lip service last night.
Right, I know.
And you know what that environment is like. And then everybody ran out the room to eat. I was just sitting there. But we'll talk about it, and we'll find out what you did last night. In the meantime, here is Chris Brown, Busta Rhymes, Lil Wayne. Look at me now. It's way up.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano's in the building.
Yeah.
And it's About Last Night. Now, I'm on day 3 of this fast. You know how hard it is to be outside and there's food around, drinks around, walking around, smelling restaurant food, and you can't eat anything?
Man.
So I'm in the middle of this fast. So that's what my experience was like. I'm doing the detox now. I'm looking, it's like a reset fast. And so people might ask, what are you fasting for? But this is just a reset. It's 14 days. And it's a way to just give your organs a break from breaking down all these different foods and things that are inside of you.
Right.
If you have any health issues, a lot of times this can really help with that.
Big discipline. I told you I want to do it.
Okay, I got you. And then I was doing my podcast yesterday. I was actually, one of the podcast episodes that we did was with Selena Johnson. That's going to be for International Women's Day, which is March 8th. So that was pretty cool because we know Selena Johnson, All Falls Down. We know she's very empowering when it comes to women. We've seen her on Marriage Boot Camp. We've also witnessed her on Ayanla, Fix My Life. And she also is a host, so she's great at just speaking too, because she did Crowned.
Right.
She had the show on Fox Soul, so she's been in those spaces, and Sister Circle, which I love too. So it was just great to have that conversation about women in our lives who have done positive things that have affected us, and to be in a space that's all women and sit there and have these discussions, because women have been instrumental in your life too, Maynard.
Absolutely. We come from women.
Yeah, absolutely. So what did you do last night?
What did I do? I didn't do much, because I knew I was gonna come back here
This morning.
and
Yeah.
I knew I had a full day today. So I didn't.
In
I
the
didn't
studio
really,
all night tonight.
Yeah.
I like that you prepare for that.
Yeah,
if you
gotta
give me
be
some
prepared.
advance notice on what I need to do later, that's how I plan to schedule my day. And you knew Tell Us a Secret was today.
And I live for that. Please
I know you
tell us a
live
secret.
for Tell Us a Secret. Okay, well, this is the part of the show that Mano lives for. And the number is 800-292-5150. You can call us up. Any secret that you want to tell us. We are here not to judge you.
Is there any judgment? Is there any judgment?
On your part, always.
Really?
And shout out to my girl, Randy Rosario, who was here from Detroit the other day. She was giving advice, and she took it too far as not judging. She was like, "You're great. You're doing it great." I said, no, that's too far.
She
I
did
wouldn't
that?
call them great.
I would have fired on her. Don't you come up here playing like
This
that.
guy wanted to break up with his girlfriend because he was about to get this settlement money.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, she's not good with money, but that's a difficult thing. But you guys, we're not going to judge you. 800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up. You're anonymous. Tell us a secret. It's way up.
Please.
Way up.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Mano's here. No,
You know it.
Why you got that judgmental look on your face
Man, listen.
already?
I
We
give-
haven't even done nothing.
I give them the truth.
Okay, well, let's
You
see.
know?
800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up. Tell us a secret. Hello, anonymous caller. What's your secret?
I've been with my husband for 15 years,
Okay.
and we've been married for 10, but I cheated on him, and I had a baby, and it's not his, but he thinks it's his.
Why would you do that? But why would you do that?
I didn't want to, it was not like I was doing it on purpose. It just kind of happened because we were not having sex, and, things happened.
So,
So why would you
what?
think the baby's his if you guys weren't even having sex?
Well, around the time that I did have sex with him, it happened. I want to tell him, but I just don't know how.
So you want to let him just go about life,
No, I
believing
want to
that.
tell him.
So how old is the baby?
She's 2.
Man.
Is that your only kid?
No, we have another daughter together, but that's it.
Ooh.
But you
got a DNA test, and so you know for sure.
No, I know for sure it's not his.
Okay.
So the guy that I was talking to that I cheated on him was white. So my daughter is like really, really like it. You can tell that it's not his kid.
Has he ever said anything to you like, this baby doesn't look anything like me?
No, because his mother has white in his family, so he just thinks that it's like.
So where's the guy at?
It's just like he's at work right now.
No, but where's the other guy whose baby it is? Does he know?
Yeah, he do.
You still sleeping with him?
No. I cut that off.
So what do you want to happen? You want to tell him and work
I
things?
kind of want to tell him and work things out, but I just don't know how.
Ooh.
Like, I don't want him to take care of her and then it's not his. Like, I know it's not his and I know it's going to hurt him.
Right.
But I just don't know how.
And this other man knows too. And so at some point he may want to step up and say something. So you rather be the person, I would think, that's going to tell him. Than
Well, I
have him.
kind of moved out of the state, so, like, the other guy, I don't contact him. Like, we don't talk or anything.
Well, that's a tough one, but,
You got yourself in a kawinky
you
dink.
you got yourself in a pickle.
For real.
Yeah. I don't know how to tell him. I do want to tell him no.
Okay.
And I kind of want a divorce, too, so, but
You want a
I don't-
divorce?
yeah.
You want a divorce?
Yeah.
What you think he gonna
Yeah.
want? You want a divorce?
He might still want to be together.
Why? He don't want to be with you.
You
Yeah.
know what? Listen, I know this ain't about advice.
He don't want to be with her.
But if you care about him at all, tell him the truth and let
Yeah.
that man be free. And if he decides, to try to fight for you, whatever, but if he is on the fence and you want a divorce anyway, at least care about him enough to let him live truthfully and free.
Yeah, and you owe it to the
Okay.
child. The child needs to know who's her father.
Well, she's been around the other guy, so.
Ooh. Yeah, no.
Oh, you. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta tell him. All right. Well, listen, we're not here to judge you, but thank you for sharing your
Yeah.
secret with us.
She about that
Thank you.
timing.
Have a great day.
All right. You
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least she's gonna tell him.
Yeah, sure she
But-
is. What year?
Listen, that's not an easy thing to have to tell somebody.
How easy was it to lay down with another man, though? Was that
Okay.
easy?
Okay, Mano.
Okay.
It's no judgment.
I'm judging.
I see. All right. Well, that was Tell Us a Secret. 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you could always leave a message for last word. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie and Andy Cohen. The lawsuits are coming in, accusations. We'll tell you what Leah McSweeney from Real Housewives of New York has to say, following what Brandy Glanville had to say. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Mano's here.
Yep.
All right, now two producers, this is UT, behind the docuseries that Wendy Williams said that they originally meant to chronicle Wendy's comeback, and then things took a turn. And they told the Hollywood Reporter that at a certain point we were more worried about what would happen if we stopped filming than if we continued. Okay, it was supposed to be a documentary that would follow her journey back into her career doing a podcast. We thought it was a great idea, and we were hopeful that Wendy's story would be redeeming and we'd be able to document this journey. But as we filmed, it became evident that this wasn't really going to be a career comeback story. This was going to be a deeper story, and there was something ultimately disturbing going on in Wendy's life. So 2 days prior to the air date, Wendy Williams' team confirmed in a press release she'd been diagnosed with dementia, and you see what the result was.
Right.
It was definitely hard to watch.
Yeah, I seen clips. I didn't see a lot of it. Yeah, she's not in a position to be making a comeback.
Right, at all. You know, we just hope and pray that she gets better.
Right.
All right, Cardi B is making a return to music. You know, she's put out singles here and there, but we're waiting for the full album. Well, yesterday she reposted on her Instagram story a quick snippet of the song from a fan account. She has a hashtag Cardi Countdown in the text. And here is what this snippet sounds like. It's a Missy Elliott sample on here.
I even got dressed. Any L that I took come after YS on man.
That's all we got for you.
That's it?
Any L that I took came after YS.
Okay.
You know what that means, YSL, baby. She can't dress, though. I will tell you, she'll put it on. Now, let's talk about Andy Cohen. Leah McSweeney, you know her from Real Housewives of New York, has some allegations against him. She posted a long post on social media. She said, "This is not a story I ever thought I would be telling. In fact, I was petrified to speak on it and was warned not to. Today, my attorneys filed a lawsuit against my former employers. Your favorite Bravo shows are run by people who create a dangerous work environment, encourage substance abuse to artificially create drama, and cynically prey on the vulnerabilities of their employees. Some of the stories and incidents that are detailed in the lawsuit have been shown in edited form on TV or reported in media, but many have not." So she goes on to discuss having love and respect for many of the Bravo talent and getting to know them. Was a positive experience in all of this, and she said, "I may be a pariah to them after this, but I do hope my lawsuit helps reality TV to align with its true purpose." And if you recall, Brandy from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills also has asked for a personal apology from Andy Cohen after she claims that he sexually harassed her. She said, "I have not received a personal apology from anyone. I saw an apology that Andy posted to his fans for his mistreatment of me and inappropriateness. But he has not apologized to her directly." So, you know, that's the problem that she's having with his conduct. And, I mean, everything is coming out right now, I feel like, you know, when it comes to stuff that's going on in the world. So Kathy Griffin also claims that Andy Cohen offered her cocaine before Watch What Happens Live. And this was years ago that she made these claims. She said, right before we went live, he asked if I wanted to do blow. She said, "You guys know I'm no prude," but I'm like kind of straight edge. I thought he was kidding.
He asked if she wanted to do a bump.
Yeah. So there you have it. Somebody asked me that. The only time somebody ever asked me that was once. I was in a club,
Really?
and she said, "Do you like to party?"
You like to party?
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. Let's talk about a man who ended up making his wife lose her job, and he himself is facing criminal charges. We'll tell you what happened in their relationship. It's Way Up Under the Radar next.
Got News.
Dish in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, time for Under the Radar. Mano, you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
Angela, and let's talk about in Texas, a man is facing insider trading charges and jail time. You know what he did? His wife was on the phone and she was giving some information over the phone for her job. She did work for BP.
She was on a call.
Yeah, his wife was a mergers and acquisitions manager, and they were planning to acquire a truck stop operator, Travel Centers of America, and her husband was eavesdropping on that call, right? And then after that, he went and purchased shares of Travel Center stock after learning of the impending merger. And when the share price popped 71% after the announcement, he sold his shares and made more than $1.76 million. Wow. You cannot do that. Okay? Wow. You cannot get inside information. So Tyler Loudon is now facing criminal charges for this. He made a serious mistake in judgment, according to his lawyer, that he deeply regrets and for which he has taken full responsibility. He did not tell his wife about the purchases, so she's not involved. She did, however, lose her job.
That's messed up.
Because of that, right.
Do they take the money back?
I'm pretty sure they do it. That feels like you're not allowed to do that. And so his wife has since moved out of their shared home, ceased contact with him, and started divorce proceedings after all of this happened. Duh, you cannot do that. All right, and Netflix is going to raise prices again, just letting you guys know. That's another update.
Again?
Yes, they're going to hike prices on streaming plans in 2024. They're saying that will accelerate their revenue and earnings growth, and they expect to see rate increases this year, according to analysts. So we'll see how that happens. This is ridiculous.
That's crazy, man.
All of these different streaming services, and we keep on having to have these price hikes. So we'll see what happens with that. I wonder if people are going to get rid of their Netflix. All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. You know, we got the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour, and we have from Time, the Chief Marketing Officer, Sadé Muhammad, joining us today for Wealth Wednesday. Recently, she did an event for the closers. These are the people who are helping to close the wealth gap. And Issa Rae is on the cover of that particular issue, and she was also at the event, but we'll discuss different things that can be done and what she herself has done along her journey to become the first ever Black woman Chief Marketing Officer. By the way, first ever Chief Marketing Officer, period, for Time to be in that position. All right, it's a Wealth Wednesday. It's Way Up.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T.
Way up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano.
Still here, baby.
Is here with us. All right, let's get into some Yee tea. Portia Williams, she wants to make sure that prenup is enforced in her divorce from her, I guess, estranged husband.
Right.
Now, people were saying this was a storyline, things like
quick,
that.
Though. She stole him from the other girl, right? And then came to the house, schemed on him.
I don't know what's going on with this, but she also wants Simon to pay her legal fees regarding this case, but his funds could be tied up with other issues, so the divorce is currently in progress. And she also has changed her name on social media back to her maiden name, Portia Williams.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah. Like,
she's not keeping that last name. Yeah. She was known as Portia Williams originally.
Give me my name back.
All right, and Kodak Black has welcomed a baby boy with his girlfriend February 27th. So that is yesterday. She posted February 27th, a prince was born. So congratulations to them. All right. Hitmaker is talking about some things, right? And he discusses some issues he had with Diddy. These are work issues, not some of the things or the reasons you see Meek Mill trending.
Stop it.
What I'm just saying, it was trending today.
Yeah,
you know me, I'll click on why is this trending?
Yeah,
and I'm sure at some point Meek is going to say something in response to these allegations in this lawsuit.
It's outlandish.
All right. Well, Hitmaker says that Diddy tried to sabotage his career and also steal talent from him, like Jazzy. That was an artist that Hitmaker had on some of the demos.
So he was working with her first.
Yes, he was working with her first. So he was on the Joe Budden podcast, and here's what he said.
Puff hit me. He like, yo, I'm doing an R&B album. I need you. You know, you the guy. You know, it's going to be London on the track, you and me. And I think that we should do everything together, blah, blah, blah. I sent him a 10 clip. And he was like, he hit me back like, I want that bird. I'm like, stop trying to be me. So I didn't send him nothing, right? Next thing I know, they deciphered my records and reached out to everybody that I collaborated with and dissected me from the situation. He took my tag out of it. And I was like, damn, this is really diabolical.
All right. He goes on to talk about other things like him calling one of his producers, Cardiac, to his house and telling him you need to be one of the hitmen. Then he said next thing Eric Bellinger is in the Bahamas with him and they're singing songs together. When was he working with Eric Bellinger before that? He also says that Diddy took his producer tag off the intro to French Montana's They Got Amnesia album and things like that. So you got to hear everything that he has to say. Another person, and all these Diddy stories are coming out right now, who has some things to say about Diddy is Columbus Short. He was on the Boss Talk 101 podcast, and he feels that Diddy tried to groom him. Here's what he said.
The BET Awards were happening in town. I didn't go because I wasn't nominated. So about 2-30 in the morning, phone rings, this is an unknown number. I don't answer unknown numbers. But, you know, my wife looking at me like, yeah.
Who is that?
Pick that up and put it on speaker. I say, who is this? It's Sean. Oh, what's good? He said, we didn't see you tonight at the BET Awards. What you doing? I was like, oh man, I'm at the crib. He said, I'm over here at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I said, oh, for real? So who over there? Just me. I'm like, nah, man, I'm in bed, bro. I'm good. He was like, and just hung up.
Everybody got a story now, right?
I don't know about that guy.
All right. So there's a lot more things happening, trending right now. You can click on it yourself and see. And lastly, I want to talk about Drea De Matteo from The Sopranos. She played Adriana on there. She was a huge star in The Sopranos.
Right, I remember her.
You know, she did an interview with the Daily Mail that came out yesterday, and she said that she only had $10 in the bank and was about to lose her house. And that's when she joined OnlyFans. It was a last resort. She was able to pay off her mortgage within 5 minutes, she said. She was in foreclosure. Her house had flooded. She was trying to sell it quickly before they took it. At the same time, she said, I lost my mom. And my other mom, who has dementia, had run out of money for her caregiver. I didn't know which way was up. She said within 5 minutes of posting on OnlyFans, she was able to get herself back on track financially. She was able to pay back the real estate company. And she said she did not want to originally partake in OnlyFans at first, but now she's definitely changed her mind about that.
What kind of content did she post?
There's some of the pictures in the Daily Mail that you can see. You know, at first she said she was going to just have her boyfriend rubbing her feet, but then
she went all the way.
You have to add a little something. She didn't say she went all the way, but she did say, anybody that wants to condemn me and put me down, go for it. I just hope you never find yourself in the position I was in to take care of 2 little kids.
That's right. One time for OnlyFans.
One time for OnlyFans. And that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Any question that you have, we are here to help you out. It's Way Up. In the meantime, let's hear somebody who we both love, SZA with Snooze.
Yeah, we do.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I'm here with my award-winning advice-giving friend, Numeno. 800-292-5150. We have Jax on the line. What's up, Jax?
Hey, what's going on, Miss G? How you doing?
I'm good. What's your question for me and Mano?
So, I've been in a relationship for a few years with a woman that I truly care about. I truly love her.
That's good.
I love everything about her. But she's married, but she's separated.
Okay.
And she's been separated for a long time. So I got a lot of stuff good going on for me. I'm not no felon. I don't got a whole bunch of baby mamas. I ain't been arrested. You know, I don't got a whole bunch of debt. But she does have a child. Should I feel bad about leaving that relationship?
Well, why are you leaving? You just don't want to be with her?
That's not it. It's more of a spiritual thing. I believe they get married for God. And so, you know, there's a covenant that 2 people come in agreement with. And, you know, regardless of whether they are, you know, together or not, there's still a covenant until there's divorce.
But how come you messed with her for all these years already?
Because I care about her.
Excuse me, listen, you don't want to be with her because she's
she's married?
She's married?
Yeah. I do love her though.
Okay, you're in love with her. Why aren't they divorced yet? Because divorce is a long process.
Insurance purposes. Apparently he has great insurance.
I'm not going to tell you have to stay with somebody who is still married, because if that's something that weighs on you and that bothers you, I can't take that away from you. But what you can do is I'm not understanding if the only reason she's still married is because she wants to stay on this man's insurance. That's a silly reason to just stay married. And maybe what you need to do is step up and help her figure out how to make sure she sets up her own situation so she can be independent from her estranged husband and get that divorce so you can be more comfortable. If she's not willing to do that, then it feels like it's more than just insurance.
Okay. I'll do that. I really appreciate your time.
And I will say I interviewed Selena Johnson for Lip Service yesterday. She told me her first marriage, even though they didn't have anything to split up, it took 3 years to get divorced. It's a long process, and she said they spend a ton of money. So divorces are expensive. So get to the root of what the issue is, and then see how you can be supportive in helping her figure out how she needs to navigate, because it isn't easy.
Yes, and
If you
so
love
I try to be supportive, but I still have more experience and more learning. I'm only 31, so.
Listening to you talk, it kind of feels like you want to do some other things, because even how you described yourself and then describe her, it feels like you look at yourself as, I'm an amazing catch and I want to be back outside.
It's two ways. New stuff outside that I don't really, want to even, indulge in or, be lied to. People have ulterior how do you say it?
Ulterior motives.
Yes. And so, you meet someone and, they may be lying, and so now you're caught up in a trap. I know she's honest.
Caught up in the trap.
Okay, she's honest. So let's focus on the positives with this person who you claim that you love and figure out, is there a path forward and what needs to happen?
Or just stay with her while she married, man. I mean,
He's been doing it.
Just stay with her.
Well, thank you, Jax, for calling.
Well, thank you for your time.
All right, appreciate it. And that is Ask Yee, 800-292-5150 in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, it is a Wealth Wednesday, and we do have the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer for Time, Sadé Muhammad, joining us. It's Way Up.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
And I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and of course, it's a Wealth Wednesday. So my partner, Stacey Tisdale, is here.
Happy Wealth Wednesday, everybody. We are going way up with a queen today.
Sadé Muhammad is here. She is the Chief Marketing Officer of Time. By the way, amazing event. I actually was at your closers event the other day. It was such a great room to be in, and to see you being honored too. Sadé, for the work that you've been doing. So let's talk about what the closers are for people who may not know about this closers list and about closing this racial wealth gap.
Yeah, so it is 18 Black leaders, and it was really important that everyone on that list be Black who are closing the racial wealth gap. And so we all know that the stats are, incredible about how many years and generations it will take to do that. And it's a lot that we're up against. And so the opportunity there was to say, I want everybody to look at it and say, oh, Time's talking about that? Because that means something when we can say, we're bringing attention to this issue at a time when a lot of people are rolling back.
And it's very diverse, too, the different fields that we're touching on here.
Yeah.
It's healthcare, it's entertainment, it's sports,
policy,
it's policy making.
Yeah.
Even the founders of the Fearless Fund.
Yep.
That was really important to me in particular, because this fund has helped so many Black and brown women with their businesses, but they're
under attack.
Yeah, they're under attack, which is, I don't even understand how that's possible.
Yeah.
For discrimination. And I'm so glad you said that about the Fearless Fund, because they've invested over $44 million, I believe, in Black businesses. And what you're saying about DEI being rolled back.
Yeah.
From your vantage point, what's going on?
I think with George Floyd, there was a clear message of, we're putting a lot of money towards making sure we right the wrongs and we create opportunity for Black people. And I think what you're seeing is the opposite of that, and folks coming in and wanting to roll all of it back. And so there's an attack on folks who are coming out front and saying, yes, we are working on this issue. But I think it takes lists like Time the Closers. That's just one piece. But it takes lists like that to say, we're still behind the people who are doing this work, because sometimes what happens is they want everybody to stay quiet.
Right.
And then things can just go through, fall off. So I think that's why it's so much more than a list. It's saying, we are documenting this issue.
Right now, it's a Wealth Wednesday. I'm with Stacey Tisdale, and we are talking to Sadé Muhammad, the Chief Marketing Officer at Time. That's why this whole Fearless Fund thing has me so... I want to make sure we're aware of that, and we know what can we even do to make sure that we're supporting the work of the Fearless Fund. Because I think of businesses they've helped, like Slutty Vegan and Pinky Cole.
Pinky was there.
Yeah, she was there. Just thinking about things like that and the importance of making sure that because we don't get the VC funding that other groups of people get, even though we are starting our businesses, it makes it a lot more difficult. But to see that we have resources, the main thing for us is we need to be in those positions to fund our own too.
Absolutely. And that's why the work that, Ariane and Ariana are doing is incredible, because they have our back in rooms that we're not in. And so that's often who's under attack, the people who see that whole supply chain.
And just so people know what's going on with Fearless Fund, they are being sued for discrimination by the same group that brought this all up with the Supreme Court in affirmative action this summer. So now they're being forced to use a lot of their funding to fight lawsuits. And an even bigger issue for them, they were just about to get another series of funding for their own fund. And that's all been held up, all because of this lawsuit.
Like, imagine saying we don't want to help Black women who are underserved when it comes to funding, and we're going to actually put a stop to it and hurt
calling it discrimination.
Right. And that's how you see how important dollars are, because they're pooling dollars and they're under attack. And so that just shows you that's who has a target on their back. And so that's why we tried to make the focus of this list economic, because it's a social justice issue. Yes, all of these things, but at the root of it, it's economic.
It's a Wealth Wednesday. Stacey Tisdale is here, and we have more with our guest, Sadé Muhammad, the Chief Marketing Officer at Time, when we come back.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
And I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. It's a Wealth Wednesday. I got Stacey Tisdale here with me. We're talking to Chief Marketing Officer at Time, Sadé Muhammad. Stacey, you got a question?
Now you're the CMO of Time Magazine. Talk about the mindset that takes, because a lot of people in our community, we know the things we're supposed to do. We know that there's supposed to be these things. But like, for example, Working Mother Media did a study. 80% of Black women plan to leave corporate America because of the mental health toll. They're having to assimilate, just the depression of that constant microaggression. You could not have avoided that. How did you still maintain your sense of self?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. That sense of self and not being willing to compromise, who I was. And there were places where I felt like that I had to do that, and I left. And so, I always say go where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
90% of people of color feel like they can't be their authentic selves in the workplace.
Yeah. And so I'm hoping that someone sees me and says, oh, she's wearing her hair in braids. Maybe I could do that too. Because I don't have the answers for how we fix it. But I think just every person who says, I'm going to just be me, and then it has to be good enough. And if it's not, it's not. Because we're literally killing ourselves.
Right.
By trying to be someone different, by trying to show up in a way that we think will appease. And I've gotten tons of, negative feedback as well. And just being willing to say, okay.
Right now, it's a Wealth Wednesday. I'm with Stacey Tisdale, and we are talking to Sadé Muhammad, the Chief Marketing Officer at Time. Along those lines, how were you approached about being the first ever named CMO of Time Magazine?
Yeah.
Tell me how that happened, that conversation.
Yeah.
Was it something that you were pushing for, or?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
You got this job without pushing for it?
Correct.
Let me take some notes. How?
It's all our CEO, Jessica Sibley. So we worked together for many years at Forbes. And so what happened was I wasn't on her team, but we were in a meeting. We were in a client meeting, and it was a biggest account. I remember her passing me notes. This is the first time we really interacted. She was like trying to pass me notes of what to say next. I'm looking at the sheet like, I got this, right? And so after that meeting, I think she was like, oh. And then I was everywhere. I tried to do everything. I was coming from being a page, coming from being an intern. So I'm like, I want to do all of it. I want to go to the event. I created this platform for nonprofits. Like, I was just everywhere trying to do everything. And so I think I learned a lot about the business very quickly and where there was opportunity. And, there was a transition period at Forbes where I need to figure out what to do next. And she said, tell me what you want to do. And so I pitched about 6 different roles, and I ended up landing on pitching this head of DEI, head of representation and inclusion practice. And I first didn't want to pitch it because I'm like, okay, I'm going to be the Black DEI lady. But then I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be here, I have to do this.
Right.
And a lot of it, I was so scared because I'm like, you mean I can do this? And she's like, just do it. I started to build up that confidence of like, my ideas are good. I know how to execute. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. And so when she got the role as CEO of Time, I remember I was devastated when she left. And she called me 2 weeks later and said, I want you to be CMO.
Ooh.
I had that, that imposter syndrome of like, me, and so I've had to work through that. But now I think I see, like,
I loved what you just said. I was afraid.
Yeah.
And you did it anyway.
Absolutely.
And that's where confidence comes from. Your willingness to be scared, your willingness to do things when it's not going to feel great. We all have
it feels horrible.
Imposter syndrome and stuff, but there's something on the other side.
But also pitching ideas, because sometimes we can talk ourselves out of doing that. You have a great idea and you're like, I don't know if this is how they're going to feel, but you never know what things can morph into.
And not being afraid of no, right? Most of the times I've heard no. Hearing no is not an indictment on you or your idea, but allow it to, like, how can I refine this? How can I get to a yes? Maybe it's here, maybe it's not. But I think just being unafraid of the no has helped too.
All right. Well, Sadé Muhammad, Chief Marketing Officer of Time. Where can people find you, follow you?
At Sadé.k.Muhammad on Instagram. That's pretty much the platform that I'm on. Well, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I made it. I'm on way up.
Great
opportunity.
Yes. I made it. Sadé's on way up.
I know.
Crazy. All right. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, of course, you guys have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano's in the building. I know that's right.
Yeah, not the old one, baby.
All right. Well, it was a Wealth Wednesday today. So thank you again to Sadé Muhammad for joining us. She is the Chief Marketing Officer at Time. She's done a lot of great work. She used to be at Forbes before that. But when I tell you this list of closers is 18 people who are helping to close the wealth gap that they highlighted, it is just incredible to hear these different stories from all different fields, from the world of sports with NIL deals, from policy making, from venture capitalist funding to healthcare, all of those different things, entertainment represented. It was great. I love today's Wealth Wednesday. All right. And of course, Mano.
Yes.
Everybody was calling today, I feel like, to either have a crush on you.
Man, or, shine a light on me.
Or shine a light on you.
That energy.
No, Mano. We love to see it. And tonight, I am going to go home and watch Mia Copa, because I've been hearing so many people talking about this movie. It was #1 on Netflix.
Did you sleep with him? Yes, I did.
I have to see this. See, you gave it. No, I already kind of know that's going to happen. But I will be watching that tonight so I could weigh in. I saw what Keke Palmer had to say. Clearly, people are watching it. You know what I'm saying? The main thing. But of course, as usual, you guys have the last word.
My secret is that I am secretly having sex with brothers. And the difference in both of them is amazing. I would want to marry them both if I could, but they could never know about each other.
My name is Brother Johnson Neal. I just want to shine a light on my wife, for like 38 years. I had there like 19 years. She was there every step of the way. She took care of our children. Shining a light on my wife, Deborah Johnson Neal.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.